Have patience. All things are difficult before they become easy. Hey there, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So, what do we got going on today with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? Uh, you're starting to hear the narrative of us being in some sort of a triangle pennant. We've been there for a minute. We're traveling sideways, and there's going to be a big breakout. And of course, no one can tell you if it's going to be the upside or the downside, but they're using all kinds of technical analysis to help justify their reasoning behind it. Bitcoin's in that box, right? People are trying to determine on whether or not it's like that house that can get flipped for more money, or whether or not it's something that you're supposed to be purchasing and saving for the future. We're starting to see more companies onboarding Bitcoin as a reserve, which tells us, hey, the store of value narrative is true. Then we're starting to see people selling it, right? Whales selling it, talking about the downward pressure, talking about how, hey, maybe it's time for the price of Bitcoin to come back down. But does the world have any other decentralized currencies? Are we continuing to get adoption in new ways since NFTs have started becoming part of mainstream media at this point? Who knows? But let's have a roundtable discussion about it with our lovely co-host over there, Sammy.
Good evening, everyone.
How are you over there, Samantha?
I'm pretty good. Okay, so how you were saying with why you can't read the paper, you're a little bit farther back.
Oh, I know.
And a little bit smaller.
A little bit smaller.
A little bit smaller.
Yeah, I'm not that big part of a picture. I mean, this is about the conversation. That's why you're here, Samantha, right? Because you make this show what it is, because you read everyone's comment.
Yeah.
And here at Bitcoin and Coffee, I don't have a pre-planned agenda. We're not here to try to sell you something or push you to some website or sell you some classes. I just am hanging out in my backyard, having my after-work cup of coffee, and I want to talk to people about Bitcoin. At first, that was a big thing. There weren't very many of us. I mean, we're talking that I was here last happening. So when people want to talk about Bitcoin crashing and coming down, let's hang out with some OGs. They'll tell you that that's not the thoughts that you should be having. The thoughts are, should you take profits? Should you not take profits? What are you looking at long term? How do we get adoption to increase? It's a lot breaking through where we are right now, right? We got companies onboarding. Are we going to be able to continue this?
We have people. Okay, so
people.
Mike is here.
Awesome.
Mike.
Hi,
Mike.
Thank you. I appreciated that you come out here, my friend.
Steelix game. So Riker, hi Riker, and Carly is watching with Riker, and
Awesome.
Zaza is also here.
Awesome.
So it's a family event.
Nice. I'm glad that you guys are here hanging out.
Oh,
Of
and
course,
Josh,
nice.
buddy.
I'm glad that you're here. Caught your last video.
Yeah, how DeFi BlockFi sucks. I got you.
Yeah, I mean, that is, I can see the Bitcoin network possibly getting split into two, right? The traditional Bitcoin network, which has all of the decentralized components, and any person can send a transaction to any other wallet. And then there may be this whole set of clean Bitcoins that stays in some sort of a closed net, right? Where they don't let the Bitcoin out. They don't allow you to keep your accounts, right? When you have Bitcoins that come in from decentralized exchanges or third parties that they don't like, possibly like gambling sites or dark markets, if you're not savvy enough to figure out that you should send it somewhere else or mix it or whatever.
Josh is saying that he is starting to think that Bitcoin is the only proof of work chain with much of a future, and everything else maybe should be proof of stake. But there are trade-offs. I mean, okay, I don't know. I am Bitcoin biased. Like, there's not. I mean, I do know of others, but I mean, they're not the same. Like that is the hard sell for me. They are still not the same.
Well, I mean, when it comes to another decentralized currency, the first problem that they're going to have out the gate is that they're not the first one out the gate. So 51% attack and overcoming that obstacle requires a lot of adoption very quickly, right? Or it requires large investments of money right off the bat. And large investments of money means centralization. So the birth of a truly decentralized network is something that you can only see once in an up and coming civilization.
That, I mean, I don't know. I do think that Bitcoin is, I mean, it is singular and separate. It is. And I mean, maybe it is because that it is the first. I don't actually, I don't know. I guess I haven't pondered enough to break it down to like, but I really, they're not the same. It's not the same. And it is, I do feel that like Bitcoin is what we're going to retire on. It's not going to be an altcoin or Ethereum or something else. Like it's not, that's not what's going to be the nest egg.
Yeah, I mean, I showed you the email the other day. We had a person writing us asking us about altcoins and what our thoughts were. And it really is a situation of, if you think that Bitcoin is something that you can buy and flip for more money, then you're in a whole different game. You're dancing a different dance. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can dance the jig over here. Well,
Right? Somebody can two step and line dance, and somebody can, yeah, break.
there's
Yep,
plenty of
sure.
room for all of that in Bitcoin. It's just that I'm not one to make suggestions. I'm not one to ask for my opinion, right? Because I'm over here doing my dance. And from my dance, your dance looks funny.
Ah, well, I mean, does not mean that you don't have your own right. The salsa
Mhm.
has the instructor. I mean,
And
everybody's got their
it
own
doesn't mean
thing.
that they can't be right either, because hey, throwing $5,000 at like 10 different altcoins that are pretty good and hitting on one of them, hey, they could get there sooner than us. But we're playing a different game, right? We're playing that Bitcoin is the tool that we're using to utilize in this whole money management, money creation plan that we have of making money, spending money, storing money. Their ideal is more like investing, gambling, some people say, being able to pick what the next best thing is and riding the wave to get rich quick.
All right, where we at? Zaza and Mike both agree with Josh and you. And Zaza says that there is a site, how many coins, shows Josh's point. BTC hash rate dominance, 98%. And Josh says that Bitcoin has security and trust by a mile over anyone else. So, yeah, I love Bitcoin. I mean, yes, I don't know. It just it's kind of the whole thing. It's that there is the mystery of its beginning and its founding or its creation, and then there is the controversy, and that it is the longest, and that there is so many people working on like the actual like Bitcoin infrastructure to always be checking it and improving it, and then there's lightning and there's all the other that I just, it's gonna work. Not saying that like Ethereum or I don't know, EOS, Ripple, Theta, I don't know, whatever, them, all of them. I'm sure some of them could work.
I don't know. We said for a while after the ICO bubble that people found a money printer, right? And once you find a money printer, why would you ever stop printing money unless someone's going to come over and break your hands or break the printer?
So far, nobody's broke our printer, right? Yeah.
So, making new altcoins is just a matter of inventing new printers, right? That's why you can go to whatever exchange or page, the price pages,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll tell you anywhere from 3,000 to 10,000 different coins exist, right? But in reality, which one do you want to hold? Which one is the only one that the world is accepting as a decentralized network as a means of transacting, right? All of the other ones are subject to Bitcoin, subject to their own swings, subject to regulation, subject to so many whims that it does make it a speculative slash gambling situation. Not saying you can't get rich, not saying that they can't become something in the future, but just saying that there is so much more than what we're talking about with Bitcoin. It is a different dance.
All right. So Zaza says, okay, so this is what happens when skim reading chats. Okay, so confs, like confirmations. So how many confs has the BTC hash rate? Okay, and then he says that he's also shipping Mike's mom's shirt. So Bitcoin boss ladiness. Okay, okay. I like it. I like it. Yes. And Josh says the the EOS guy is good at making new printers. Uh, all right. I I actually haven't actually like even.
I mean, that's
I
how I
guess I don't
feel
have
about
interest. Yeah, because yeah.
that's how I feel about this NFT stuff. I mean, it's like all of a sudden they found a new way
Oh,
to make baseball
everyone.
cards,
Yeah,
right?
everyone. It is. It is getting a little bit ridiculous as they're starting to say like. I mean, everyone.
Come
The
on,
little
Elon Musk and Snoop Dogg are smoking Dogecoin NFTs.
Tom Brady, the little bobble dudes, the little bobblehead guys, the little anime bobble
Hmm.
guys. I forgot what the heck their name things are, but yeah, they're making NFTs now as a company, right? I mean, that makes sense.
It's another division. If there's anything that's already a collectible, the NFT is just now another division of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess.
And it's just, I mean, are they waking up enough to realize that there's a whole nother division that just opened up on their, that can make some money?
The
You want to
digital
make more
division,
revenue? All
yes.
you got to do is get like five guys together. They'll produce NFTs every month. They'll start selling them, and you'll have a multi-million-dollar stream of income
I mean, and oh,
to
what
your
was the
company.
other one? The wrestling, the WWE
Yeah,
or
The
whatever. Oh
Undertaker.
yeah, oh god. Like, I mean, really, everybody. There's gonna be Disney NFTs. I'm sure there's going to be Marvel NFTs. I mean, how is there not going to be
Whatever happened to
everything?
Dragon Chain? I don't even know if it still exists. Wasn't they? They were funded by Disney, maybe.
Oh,
See,
they
because
were. You're right.
all these NFTs, I mean, Ethereum transactions are super freaking high. I know people are starting to jump ship and go to different chains. I mean, somehow you got to get these NFTs to be able to switch chains as well, right? Atomic swap your NFT from one chain to the next so that you're not bogged down by gas fees of Ethereum.
Universal coins,
Yeah,
right? Just
universal
like, yep,
NFT that can
there
go
you
on
go.
any chain.
Anything. You needed to be that. Not a problem. Not a problem. We have a branch. It can, yep, just go on over. I don't know. I mean, it is getting
Patent
ridiculous.
pending, right? NFT chain swap.
It, oh, mm, I don't know. Elon Musk does have me sideways, so I have no idea at this point. I mean, he's got a lot of stuff going on, and I still don't know why he's doing so much with Doge. But hey, whatever. Maybe he really likes doggies.
I mean, I think we still have a couple thousand laying around somewhere in a hard
Oh,
drive
I'm
wallet.
sure we do because I've like stockpiled those bitches like no tomorrow. Like, how do you not
on the
like the little?
goal
Yes,
to a million, right?
I think I even like. Yes, no, I actually like paid out doggies. We had so many at points in times. Like, oh yeah, where they were actually worth like a couple dollars. God.
So what do we got? What are you guys thinking tonight about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market? Are you guys upset that we're not breaking out over 60,000? I mean, it's been 33 days of consolidation, and they're going with. I mean, of course, I feel like we're gonna break out to the upside. I mean, what the I forget what the chart's called. The supply and demand chart.
I was say I have absolutely no idea of
Yeah, I don't
any
know.
of the
I mean,
charts
it's calling
names.
for $100,000 Bitcoin now. I don't know. There's a lot of different charts. I heard a couple other ones that were saying for like 75 and 80,000. So I mean, a lot of indicators are pointing to Bitcoin upwards.
See, I don't know. I don't like
That's
technical
always yeah,
analysis.
right. That's
Yeah.
always when the price breaks down. I mean, it only really matters if you're leveraging right now, or if this is your second cycle and you're looking to cash out and you're ready to go try to travel around the world right now. Then you got to time this top. You got to take your money. The world's not going to get on Bitcoin as a standard by the time you need to see it all.
No, Zaza, the man who has all the answers, says charts are looking awesome, bullish on all time frames. And the one we're talking about is called stock to flow.
There we go.
Yay!
Stock to flow.
Yep. Okay. So, yeah. Obviously, I mean, I don't know. I like the Bart Simpsons and the whatnots. I really like the rainbow chart. That one. But, it's like tea leaves. You see whatever you need to see. And that is why I don't like technical analysis, because I think it really helps fund a lot of the problems that we have as a whole.
I mean, all right. So we have the built-in happening, but the problem is always is that we're so far along. There's what is there 16 million Bitcoin rolling around in circulation, and they say for 3 to 5 are lost. So I mean, we got 11, right? 12 easy rolling around out there. When people have them, people sell them, right? People are doing that. They're looking to flip the house. They want to flip the house and make more money. We talked about the whales because the whales locked them up. The whales were in it for the long haul. The whales were already rich, so they didn't have to pay the mortgage. They didn't have that day that they had
Yep.
to sell because the car blew up and they had to continue getting to the
They
job.
didn't have to take profit.
Right. The companies are like that. So the companies are like the whales plus, right? Because they also don't have a life expectancy.
Yeah, so a whale is a human being in theory, which means that you only have, I mean, what, a century, maybe a little more. And that's on the high
Now,
end. Mm.
we always talked about the retail investors are what drove the pump because everybody came in, wanted to buy the house and flip the house, right? Now we're getting companies that are running in and buying Bitcoin to stack in their books because the dollar's falling apart, and they're smart. They're here. They realize they're going to be here in 20 years when you're running down to the store to buy a gallon of milk and it's going to be $25. So they're trying to take that money that they have now because they've been working hard, just like the people that are like us on the Bitcoin plan, realizing you work hard, you stack your money, you plan for the future, right? You save, you invest. They're realizing they can't just have all this cash laying around. So they're trying to see, well, where can we put it? Well, Bitcoin being everything that it's been in 10 years, the only risk you're really asking right now is, are more companies going to continue with this trend? Because then we are talking about that there are going to be fewer and fewer and fewer Bitcoin that we're already seeing to continue to hold a price here in the $50,000 range. You would have to see major, right, dumps, right? That's how it happened last time. Everybody all of a sudden wanted to dump their Bitcoin. Everybody was trying to sell their house. None of these companies are selling the house, right? Tesla is not selling the house. MicroStrategies isn't selling the house. Microsoft isn't trying to piggyback Ion on top of Bitcoin to do identification, right? To dump Bitcoin.
Zaza also agrees that the rainbow chart is pretty awesome. And listen, that one works for me, okay? That one I get.
That is the stock to flow.
I like the rainbows. I like it in the rainbow though, with the red and the green and the yellow.
You have to let
the
you know about
yes,
the bubbles and the
yes.
blow off. And,
The rainbow bands work for me.
yeah,
Okay.
I mean, everyone keeps trying to use the last bubbles or pops or after the happenings or whatever multipliers to determine this one. It's going to be different. It's different, right? There isn't a bunch of retail trying to flip the house. Oh, I bought the house at 35,000. I put 20, and I'm trying to get this out of it. And that's not what's happening. They're saying we got all these dollar bills and they're gonna be garbage soon. What can we buy with them? And they're buying Bitcoin.
Oh, BTC Moon Guy. Hello,
BTC Moon Guy. Thank you for joining us. Of course, we want to know your thoughts. We want to hear your comments. I'm going to be quiet for a moment. Please tell me what you guys are thinking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies this evening. I'm satisfied with the price of 58,000. I'm still super profitable, but hey, I've been here for a minute. it's a long game, right? And that's the hardest part, is realizing that it's not about today, it's not about tomorrow, it's not about clicking the faucet every hour on the hour thinking you're going to make something off those three satoshis. It's
But
about dollar
you
cost.
still do
I know. It's
that.
about dollar cost averaging, and it's about having good money management and plans and strategies.
It is having a plan. I mean, a human with a plan is a great thing. Mm. All
Yeah,
right.
do you like my little joke over there that you're woman-manning the
Mm-hmm.
chat?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Oh,
I didn't want to say you were manning the chat. That would try to be,
oh, right. That's like
yeah,
PC
that's
and
sexism.
sexist and
Yeah.
God knows what else, and somebody's gonna komomo
What is
you.
that?
I gotcha.
Xenophobia?
No, that's an actual like your ethnicity.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
I thought that was the
I
sex
don't think.
one.
Actually, okay. I mean, I think it's only your ethnicity, like your nationality or your whateverness, and I don't think it's your gender, but maybe it could be a either or's.
So, you want to tell them what we got in the mail today, Samantha?
Booby doobies.
Yeah, we got our bracelets for Ooby Dooby, so that's fantastic. Looking at getting out of here on the 22nd, 23rd.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So we'll be over there in Texas doing that. It's going to be great. We have to thank Zaza for the swag. It's going to be awesome being able to wear that. As far as passing out flyers and all that, it's not happening this time. It didn't seem like it was going to work out well. We're already having some difficulties. They want us to use the Clear app in order to be able to get into the music venue. I scanned my driver's license as it asked us to, and you don't put in your personal information like your name and your date of birth. It takes it from your driver's license, and it messed up my first name somehow.
Oh, he was bin line for
Yeah.
real. Like just some E's and an N were the same as his name. Like nothing.
So I had to have them cancel my account, and I have to try to fix it and all this other stuff. But
Yeah.
there's also lots of rules. They're talking about no flyers, car checks.
I mean, intensive card checks if you actually believe them. So we don't really know. We're not 100%. And we don't know how the Clear app is going to. I mean, it's so, yeah, like it's a lot of up
But
in the air at the moment.
we are wearing Mike shirts with the faucet on it.
Matte shirts, Zaza.
Sorry. Wearing matte shirts with the lightning faucet on it. We do plan on trying to talk to some people, possibly a little bit, and getting them to use the lightning. We are going to have all the Bitcoin on our clothes.
We
still
will
think
have
it'll
our
be a great
phones, so
time.
maybe we might. It's gonna. We don't know. It's like the fly by the seat of your pants at the moment. We have a lot of money invested in this, and not a lot of answers on how this is gonna play out.
Yes, because I'm still trying to figure out how, if the Clear app doesn't work out, if I can still get in with just like a negative COVID test or whatever.
I mean, we have no freaking clue. Like, yes,
I've
this,
just written
yeah,
people
nah.
emails and waiting on responses, and you know how that.
On the funny side, had no problem knowing who the
Yeah,
hell I was.
Samantha, no
Easy
problem.
peasy. Like 3 things, and then ask me personal questions, and ta-da! Apparently, I can do whatever they want, right?
Yeah, they're asking you like what vehicle you registered in the last 3
Yep,
years.
and what like addresses I've lived
multiple
at.
choice.
Yep, none of the aboves. This one, very simple.
So I think we've wasted enough time talking about our personal lives. Is anybody out there got any questions on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in the chat there, Samantha?
All right, so we have James Benhart.
James Benhart.
Hey, he says, talk to Fidelity. Only Bitcoin accounts for institutional buyers. What? It will be open to retail when Bitcoin hits 150K. Okay, so that's some stupid shit, but it is Fidelity, so that makes sense because they're stupid.
Yeah, what was the other one with the bank today? The HSBC Bank is not allowing people to invest in micro strategies because they're investing in Bitcoin. Is that the one Crypto Zombie was talking about today in his episode? Yeah.
Oh, you gotta freak.
Yeah, that one sounded like a blast from the old days when they were talking about how they were closing. Bank of America was closing down people's accounts for sending money to Coinbase, and now here we are with Coinbase going public, about to make him like a billionaire. Right? the ideal of
I
what
told you
Bitcoin
it was
used to
shady as
be.
shit that Coinbase facilitated only only the people that were important, not us. Wonder why?
I don't know. It seems like what happened was the last pump, a bunch of rich people got in. They bought Bitcoin, right? The price came crashing down, and when the price came crashing down, they just went around and got everyone to like be like, "Hey, this is legit. This isn't as dark and seedy as you guys all think this is." And everyone started being like, "Okay, all right, we agree. Not a bad idea." And now that they're all agreeing on it, it's back up. It's all good. We're all in agreement.
I mean, okay. I just think it is some back asswardness that okay for the last 3 years because we've been in it 4. God, I don't 4 plus somethings. Okay, where I mean everybody was talking shit.
Mhm.
Everybody was talking shit about Bitcoin. Like it was no, oh my god, I would not touch that with a 10-foot pole. But in
Right.
reality, at
Terrorists, drug dealers.
that exact same time, they were actually
Uh huh.
buying it.
Right.
And now it's all like, oh no, what? Like, are
Right.
you
They were
kidding me?
collecting it on the back end, and then at the same time, letting everyone not doing like we did and coming out and being like, "You guys got to buy this." They're like, "Oh yeah, that's for drug dealers," but then still
You're
stacking the
crazy,
satoshis.
crazy radicalist.
Hmm.
As I'm just stuffing wallets with what?
Well, I
Hmm.
mean, not to be like a racist, but that's like the Spanish people that speak English but don't speak English. They go, oh no, no English, and they're sitting there just listening to you conversate, right?
Stupid Americans.
Stupid Americans.
It's just it. Every single thing is us and them, and that is the stupidity of what our like entire society has been created on, and I don't quite get it. Where there is no matter what, there is a gap. And the people on the one side really don't want the other people to have any freaking clue.
Well, I mean, the history books will be what the history books are. I'm glad that I'm on this side of it where I'm posting my face and ourselves out there on the internet, and I'm saying let's fight this revolution. I'm saying let's stack Bitcoins. Let's try to overthrow the government in this most passive, peaceful, resistant way that we possibly can by invalidating their money and using this decentralized currency instead. If they want to do what they're doing in their way, the blockchain at the end is only pseudo anonymous. We're going to know who everybody was and whose everybody's transactions were, right? So let them all be the Jamie Dimons and say that Bitcoin was garbage and be collecting it on the back end, right? As how you're going to be remembered. I'd much rather be remembered as the guy who hopped on YouTube as often as he possibly could for 3+ years trying to say, hey, you should buy Bitcoin. I'm not saying this is great or that's great. I'm just saying, hey, buy a couple dollars. Buy a couple dollars. You'll thank yourself. Right. I'm not even like out here like Adam Meister being like, you guys should have bought a bunch of Bitcoin. You guys should have been in. I'm just saying it's still not too late. Even if it hasn't happened yet and you were kicking yourself now saying, I should have, it's still not too late. Right. There's still that opportunity. I still tell myself there's this opportunity because otherwise, why would I continue to buy at these prices? I seen a $700 Bitcoin. Why am I going to buy when it's $70,000? Because this is still early, right? It may not do as much, but hey, I plan on living a really, really long time. So I need all I can get.
Benton is here and Truth Monster is here. So Truth Monster is mad as hell apparently about some lies. He is saying that everybody is just lying about Bitcoin. I mean, that is the point. Everybody is okay. It is a look over here. It is that we are not. It. I don't know why everybody is so deceptive. I mean, I don't know. Like you always say, you are a very blunt person.
Yeah.
At no point in time do you want to ask him if you look ugly, fat, or tired or whatever, because you're gonna get
I don't
whatever
know.
the real answer
It
is.
really, it to me, it makes life complicated and hard because I can't always necessarily tell. And I assume most people are honest because I try to be honest. And when you take everything at face value, it makes life very simple. So if I figure if I behave this way, others should behave this way with me, and that way we can just have the most simplest life there is. I'm not going to get mad or upset if you tell me my clothes are not right looking.
Right?
I'm glad that you told me that this doesn't
Oh,
look
so
right,
that
and
I
I
should
should
go
go
change?
change.
You know how many times? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know why people, everyone, everything has to have a facade. There needs to be a, I don't know why,
I don't know.
because
There's a
that
lot of
is,
feelings. That's always what I notice is that everyone has a lot of feelings associated with everything. Why can't things just be yes or no, right and wrong, true
it
or
is
not
what it
true?
is. Like, whatever it is, yes, no one's blind.
Right?
That's why it is like, it is so insulting to realize that 2, 3 years ago, when everybody on everything was saying, you guys are ridiculous lunatics, it's now, oh, you have Bitcoin holdings? That's cool. Wonder when that happened. I mean, you- it's just, yes, that
Right.
everyone
Right.
apparently,
Tesla
yes,
didn't buy Bitcoin at
yes,
50,000. Right.
yeah.
So they
Hmm.
bought it in the 30s. I think is what they bought it. They weren't out there buying and being like, dude, we're buying up all this Bitcoin. You guys should really get in on this. No, they waited till they collected their $1.5 billion. Right. And that's the difference, is that everyone's buying it and then after telling everyone. I was buying it and telling people at the same exact time.
I mean, yeah. See, I guess that is the difference, is that we are the kind of people that
Otherwise
it is.
we wouldn't be talking about it
Dude,
yet.
no, yeah, it is. Everybody needs to know. Not no.
Yeah, we don't
No
be
one
like
needs to
it'd still
know.
be zip lip.
What? I mean, yes,
We'd still be zip lip.
of course
So,
he would. We'd be hoarding freaking. I don't even know.
all right.
Adam Meister, Rich.
Is there anything going on in the chat? Has anybody got any more questions or comments? Because I think we should go ahead and wrap it up.
Where are we at? Okay. Truth Monster is trying to calm down. Okay. Future topics of discussion. He's going to try to take the lies and address them. Maybe a suggestion box. He's going to help. Listen, there was a silver chat that really got out of hand, apparently, with some Bitcoin lies. So, yes. Yes.
I don't know. It seems like there is always, if you don't like something, right, you start looking for problems, the flaws, the reasons why it's not going to work. And yes, I mean, you could sit here and talk about why Bitcoin has problems, right? Everything has problems, nothing is perfect. I'm going with this stance of I'm looking for answers in life, and this is an answer. I'm going to go with it unless you got a better one. Do you got a better one? Does anybody have a better decentralized currency that everybody else can start? I mean, part of a decentralized currency is that we're accepting it, that there's someone else on the other end. So, is there a better option? There hasn't been since I started. It seems more and more like the other ones aren't even options anymore.
I mean, I don't know. Everybody is going to lie. Everybody is going to deceive you, and that is the problem with our society, with everybody as a whole. I mean, we've had so many family members ourselves when we got into this. How rich would we be right now? Don't
Oh,
even
yeah.
want to fathom that, okay? Like, for real. That literally looked us straight in the face and said, you're crazy. Okay, well, how do you tell the person that raised you, or the person that you've known for your entire life, that I don't know if I believe your opinion? Yeah, well, I don't know why
Well,
everyone doesn't.
but
Just we
still,
do just need to help each other.
from the outside, if you didn't know what Bitcoin was, if you didn't know what it was,
I guess, right? Are they helping? Are they thinking that they're helping? Yes.
You're just another crazy person coming at them with that. You're gonna do what with $500? You're gonna get rich? How? No one gets rich. You know how you get rich? You go get yourself a 9 to 5 and work hard. Let's continue to perpetuate the story, because that's what I bought into.
Yeah.
Right.
For the longest time, we were the stupid ones, and it's like, no.
The smartest thing I ever did was stop listening to everybody else. You know who knows best? You. Right. You know best for you.
Yes. Yes. Ooh, okay. So Panini is a little hungry.
Yeah, apparently. Late night feeding, I guess, for the rabbit.
I don't know. We're trying to mate him, so maybe she's prego. That is a possibility. I mean, I know for a fact that you get hungry as hell. So there you go. Mm.
That's gonna do it for this cup of coffee. Is there anybody else out there that got some questions? We're good. All right, you guys. I appreciate you guys stopping by the backyard, hanging out with us this evening as we enjoy an evening cup of coffee, discussing Bitcoin and some of these other cryptocurrencies and why we need to continue to keep being in them, keeping our eye on them. I
The
mean,
wise.
it's changed the world already. It's going to continue to change the world, and the only thing by being here and being in the spaces, it's opening up more opportunities and doors to us. Right? I keep trying to tell my son this, and the doors are all open. They close by not doing anything. Right? So you can either keep learning and keep collecting Bitcoin and keep these doors open, or you can just do nothing and watch them close. All right, you guys. Take care of each other. Have a great evening. And remember, keep that BTC safe. Later.
Bye, guys.